Hello, everyone. Welcome to VIHASA. Thank you so much for joining us on a Sunday morning. Today, we're going to discover the value of peace. And this is part three, but it doesn't matter if you haven't been there for part one and two because all the activities are exclusive. So we actually meet up every second Sunday. We've changed the timings from 10 to 12 to recharge ourselves. So just to explore different values together, to really take time out for ourselves, to dig deeper and figure out where values come into play in our lives and how we can apply them in our daily lives, personally and professionally. So VIHASA workshop actually stands for Values in Healthcare, a Spiritual Approach. This was a workshop designed by the Janki Foundation based in London, in UK. But even though this program was originally created for healthcare professionals, since we work with values and values is something that's intrinsic in all human beings, it's applicable to every one of us. Like these exercises are very helpful in each one of us knowing ourselves better and how we act with the values that we have. So this was the inspiration by Dadi Janki. She was the administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris. And so she used to do a lot of service as a nurse, like helping people heal. And once, when she was in the NHS hospital in London, she saw that the doctors, the healthcare professionals were very stressed. And she wanted to do something to relieve their stress because she thought if healthcare professionals themselves are so stressed, so burdened, what kind of care can they give to their patients? So the base basically of this is if we are not in the right frame of mind, or if we are not strong enough, what kind of support can we give to others, right? So over a couple of years, these are the core members of VIHASA workshop who got together over a couple of years to create this beautifully designed program. They're all from the healthcare profession. Some are general practitioners, psychiatrists, psychologists. So they really inculcated all their beautiful skills into creating this workshop. So there are three main principles of VIHASA. And when you really see them, you'll get an idea of why I said it's applicable to everybody. The first principle of VIHASA is heal thyself. So the emphasis here is on self care and personal development in the sense that if I take care of myself, if I'm strong internally, I can be a good support system for those around me. So the first emphasis should be, am I okay to be able to give the proper care to people around me? Second is learning through experience. So it's not just a lecture where, we come, we say something, and you just listen to us and go away. No, it's not like that at all. You will be learning through sharing of experiences. So it's an interactive program where all of us will start our audios and videos at some point, and we'll share our experiences because we all come from different life experiences, right? We've all had different things that we had to face in life, different challenges. And so we all have some wonderful, valuable inputs to give, which other people might not be aware of. So that's how we learn and grow together. And that's how the group wisdom grows when everyone gives their little bit into it. So we will not be lecturing you today, we will be facilitating, and it's going to be an experiential learning. And the third principle of VIHASA is relevance to work. So everything that we discuss here today is going to be very practical. It's going to be done in such a way where we practically understand how do I take this learning back and apply it into my daily life. So we will have certain activities which might be action planning activities wherein you make a solid plan of how do I apply this in my everyday life, whether it's personally or professionally. So basically, VIHASA has 8 modules: values, peace, positivity, compassion, cooperation, valuing yourself, spirituality and healthcare, and building resilience. Uh, since VIHASA was originally supposed to be a face-to-face workshop, and it was lovely. It used to be a 8-hour long workshop where it was like a proper 9 to 5 with breaks in between, and the whole group got to know each other, interact with each other, and it was a lovely experience. But since COVID, we've started to do VIHASA online. And so we've broken down each module into 3 or 4 parts because we can't have an 8-hour session online. So we're just breaking it down into 2 hours. And so today we're going to be doing part 3 of peace. And from next time onwards, we'll move on to positivity. Vihasa is so beautifully designed that it has a couple of spiritual tools that are used in every activity. So when you are doing certain exercises, you'll see some of them have a little bit of meditation, wherein we discover the power of peace to really understand a topic. We'll have visualization, where we'll create positive images of what we want things to be like or our ideal scenarios. And then it kind of gives us an idea of how to get there. So I think visualization is like a first step. Third is reflection. Taking an appointment with yourself, which I feel like is very underrated and we don't do enough of. Like we have time for everyone else except ourselves. So it's very important for us to remove time for ourselves just to get to know how we feel about certain things. Playfulness. So Vihasa is not boring at all. Even though we discuss some deep topics, it's done in a very fun, playful manner. We have a lot of group activities. When we used to do the Vihasa workshops face to face, we used to have role play activities. We used to sit with charts and crayons and create lovely presentations. So it's a lot of fun. Another tool that is used is listening. And listening, again, is a very underrated tool in terms of how it can be very healing. Like if you really go to see a psychologist or a counselor, a lot of their job involves just listening to their patient. And half of the times, that's what's most healing, where people just want to be heard and understood. So that's something we're going to practice during Vihasa as well. Sixth tool is appreciation. And I think over time, we've all learned to appreciate people around us. We know that appreciating our team members helps in the, to motivate them, to help them achieve whatever it is we want them to achieve. But a lot of times we miss out on appreciating ourselves. We become very self-critical. We start focusing on our mistakes instead of congratulating ourselves for the job well done. So this is a wonderful skill to kind of hone as well. And then we have creativity, which is one of my favorites. We sometimes, even on an online platform, in fact, today as well, we have a creative activity where we take our sketch pens, crayons, and we just take some time to explore a topic in a creative way. It really exercises the right side of our brain, and the right side's also responsible for intuition, creative problem solving. So it's really great. And before we begin, just a little bit about what is facilitation. So the word to facilitate means to make easy. So we're not here to lecture you. This is probably the only time when I'll be talking more than you guys will, because facilitation is more like guiding the topic or the session. And we just allow ourselves and the group wisdom to take over and explore a topic together. It's like the saying where you hear something and you might forget. If you're just listening to a lecture, if you're just hearing a lecture, after some time it might just go away from your memory, right? And you might not remember it. When you see how something is done, you might remember it. But if you do something yourself, that's when you truly understand. And so in today's session, we will encourage all of you to start your audios and videos and participate so that you can get the maximum benefit of today's activities and today's learning. We have a website called www.vihasa.in. So if you have any questions for VIHASA, what it is, how we conduct it, You can just have a look at the website and you'll get a lot of information on there. So we actually started these workshops in 2020, I think July 2020, during the lockdown. And yeah, we're going strong for a year and a half now. So I think it's going really good. So thank you everyone for joining us. So let's just recap since today's part 3. I thought I'll just take you very quickly through what we did in part 1 and 2. So in part 1, we started with discovering the meaning of peace. So one thing to remember is peace could mean different things to different people. For example, I might think taking a walk on the beach is peaceful. Someone else might think listening to music is peaceful. And a third person might think sitting in silence is peaceful. And none of us are wrong because everyone has a different way of experiencing different values. And so we have to remember that even today, while interacting, people might have different opinions about things, and that's completely fine. We accept that people have a right to different opinions, and we accept that that's completely all right, you know. So we're going to create a very supportive, encouraging environment today where we can all share and grow and learn together. So another thing we learned in part 1 was practicing peace through muscle relaxation, and then practicing peace through a meditation exercise where we were becoming silent. Part 2 was where we created a peaceful image. We discovered peace in action, and we had a peaceful day at work. So these were some of the things we discovered of how can I discover peace even when I'm conducting like my daily activities, like going shopping in a grocery store to doing household chores, and peaceful day at work. So we kind of try to create an image of a perfect day at work and how we can actually make that happen. And with that, we will start with today's activities. But before that, it would be really great if you could all start your videos, at least so we can see all of you. And very happy to see that Dr. Ashok Mehta is here. He is actually the one who was instrumental in bringing these VIHASA workshops to India. And that is how we can all benefit from these today. So Dr. Ashok Mehta, very happy to have you here today. And it would be lovely if you would just say a few words before we begin today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, Koshaben. I think you're doing a beautiful job and we're all enjoying it. I think what you have done initially, introducing the entire VIHASA program and taking us back to those 2 sessions, which some of them might have missed. I think this is an excellent way of taking VIHASA to a larger number of people, especially in large cities or those who are away from the major cities, because they can learn online and they can subsequently take it back to their place of work, and they can also propagate it. They can also become facilitators themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So it's always lovely to have Dr. Ashok Mehta with us. And with that, we are very happy to have you here today, Dr. Ashok Mehta.
Thank you.
And with that, we will start with today's activities. What we will begin with is a small icebreaker activity, just to get to know each other a little better before we spend the next almost 2 hours together exploring and sharing. So today's icebreaker activity is just a small question, something for us to really think about and get the ball rolling. So I would request you to reflect on your day, not necessarily just today because it's still morning, but reflect on a typical day and think of a scenario which makes you peaceless. Is there something during the day that disturbs you, that brings a little bit of peacelessness in you? So try and identify what that is, and then think, what do you do to remain peaceful? Like if situations do come where you're disturbed, how do you bring back your peacefulness? And if you haven't been doing something to bring back your peacefulness, is there something you could do to bring back that peacefulness? So since this is an icebreaker activity, I would request you all to participate in it. And what I would request you to do is maybe unmute yourselves whenever you're ready. Just introduce yourself with your name, and then you can just give us an answer to, in just one quick short sentence, what makes you peaceless and how do you bring your peace back. So whenever whoever's ready, please feel free to unmute yourself and start sharing. So maybe we could have a little demonstration from Reshmi Ben or Apurva Ben. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, Kusha. Hello, everyone. Welcome to VIHASA. So, myself, Reshmi. I am still learning with you. I won't call myself facilitator. I'm still learning with you all. Thank you for joining on Sunday VIHASA, and reflect on your days. There is a scenario which makes you peaceless. So yeah, I believe that when the whole family, when we are, chatting with each other, sitting with each other, and background, a lovely music is going on. So that is a really peaceful scenario for me. So with that, uh, I just want you to speak about your mind, what actually makes you like peaceful, and is there a scenario which makes you peaceless? So for me, there is nothing as of now.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Reshmi. So Reshmi is going to be one of your facilitators for today. And so is Apurva. So Apurva, maybe you could introduce yourself as well and just take us
Yes,
through the icebreaker. Thank you.
sure. Thanks, Kosha. So, for me, the scenario which could be peaceless but is not is at workplace where you have people with diverging ideologies together on a project. So usually there are arguments and okay, I need to get for this idea or that. But in such a scenario, I remain peaceful with this one thought that I need to accept them with whatever different ideology they have or viewpoints, but just being accepting and being respectful towards them and cooperating to reach to a greater consensus. So the environment in general is peaceful.
That's lovely. Thank you so much. And it's such a practical example that we probably, most of us go through. Thank you so much, Apurva
Thank
Ben.
you.
So anyone else from all of the participants, do you all want to maybe just share one sentence on how you bring your peace back? We have a lot of people today. If anyone, yes, Meghna Ben, would you like to share something?
I am Meghna. So I've realized I'm a mother and I live in a family of many people. So I've realized that confrontation of any kind makes me peaceless. And over the years, one thing that I've been doing is trying is to keep silent. And that actually brings my peace back to me because yeah, that for me that helps me a lot in just keeping quiet and let the emotion and the anger of the other person pass, because if I confront, even I become peaceless, and even the opposite person is already obviously angry. So that is something which I've been practicing and it helps me a lot. Thank you, Akosha.
That's lovely. Thank you so much, Meghna Ben, for sharing that. I think something we all can take away from that. We should try it out as well. Thank you. Anyone else wants to share how you bring your peace back? We have so many people. Anyone who's ready to share?
You can even write on the chat box in case you're not comfortable switching on your videos or audios.
Yeah. If you find it not okay, you can always write it down on chat. Neelam Ben, there is sound actually because we all can hear each other. Maybe you can just check your audio, your technical stuff, and just reconnect. Maybe that might help. Okay, so Devyani says she brings back her peacefulness by taking time out for herself. Thank you so much for sharing that. Ashwini says, I try to isolate myself to keep calm. Okay, that's lovely. Anyone else wants to share anything? So remember, sharing experiences is going to be really good because you might end up inspiring someone or get inspired by someone. to create a positive change in your life. So we encourage sharing. DK Sneha says, I sit in silence and talk to myself. Kajal Kiran says, I try to engage myself in activities. So you see how amazing this is, where for some people, bringing peacefulness is isolating themselves. For some people, it's engaging themselves in activities. So sometimes different things work for different people, and that's an amazing thing. Neelam Ben says, by helping others, I get peace. Thank you so much. Anyone else wants to share before we move on to the next exercise?
Yeah, I would like to share. Hi,
Yes,
I'm
Dalika.
Dalika. Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Dalika. So the recent situation that I have encountered is at work. I mean, it was very stressful as I'm in a client-facing role. So at times when I'm getting feeling very overwhelmed, what happens is that it really blocks my path to moving forward with my task. So how I try to remain peaceful now is that I just take a pause and think about what, like how I can solve that particular situation, whether it is getting some help from someone on my team or just communicating the how I'm feeling in terms of my workload. Or sometimes it is also just telling myself that it is doable and just motivating self motivation.
That's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Dalika. That's really great. I think these are very kind of situations that we all probably go through at some point or the other. So really helpful tips coming from everyone. Dr. Kulkarni has written to me on chat that whenever they are disturbed at workplace, they try to be in silence and a thought that this time is going to change and the situation is also going to change. So nothing lasts forever, right? So this thought makes them peaceful. So even just giving ourselves one powerful thought to stick on to can really help. So thank you everyone for participating in the icebreaker activity. I hope you all enjoyed it and it really broke the ice of silence and that you all are more comfortable in, interacting and participating in the upcoming activities because we've got some really fun things for you today. So with that, I request Apurva to take us through our first activity for today, which is
Yes.
outer reflects inner. So this is a really fun activity, very practical, something you can do in your daily lives. And I'm just going to let Apurva take over, but I will request all of you to participate because it's a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everyone. Over to you, Apurva.
Thank you. Thank you, Koshaben. Hello, everyone. So today's first exercise is outer reflects inner. And the main motive or the aim of this exercise is reflecting and thinking that in what ways or what change would you like to make in your outer environment, which will help you to remain in a peaceful state. And it can be different things for everyone. So for some, it could be having maybe a radio in the background. For some, it could just decluttering your workspace. There have been some studies where a clean work environment is said to help employees remaining in a peaceful and in a very stable state. So you can take some time out, around 5 minutes, and think about what change would you like to make in your environment, which will help you in elevating your peaceful state. And yes, you can be as creative as you want. You can think about what creative way or any other change you'd like to make.
If anyone has any questions,
Yeah,
please feel free
do
to
let
ask.
us know.
But let's just take 5 minutes to think about it. Thank you. So I just want to clarify what change you have to make. Basically, it's a change that you make in your outer environment. Just one example is if I want to brighten up my space, which is something that's going to help me feel more peaceful inside, maybe I could place a plant on my desk. Okay, so some change that I will make in my outer environment, which is going to help my inner mind be more peaceful. So, just very physical things that you could change around you to bring out more peacefulness inside. So, just think of actual physical spaces where you work. If you're working from home, maybe your desk at home, or if you have gone back to work already, then maybe things that you could change in your workplace, just something in the environment that can help make you more peaceful. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can let us know. Let's take another 2 minutes and you can come up with suggestions, more than one if you have. So that's absolutely.
I think if we are done, if everyone is done, we can start with the sharings. So anyone would like to share any change they would like to make to their exterior environment? Okay. Dr. Ashok Mehta has written, bringing element of nature, which is more natural light, plants for ventilation, and some soft music and pictures of flowers. Anyone else would like to share anything? Like to decorate your room or yeah, anything. You can be as creative and yeah, you can make it as vibrant also as you want. Anyone? Yes, Meghna.
Yeah, for me, I think having books around me makes me feel very peaceful. The other thing that makes me feel
Right.
peaceful when I'm working is
Meghna, can you bit louder?
yeah.
I
So,
can't hear you actually. Yeah.
so now is it better?
Yes.
A little bit, but still not very clear.
Okay. Sorry, I'm on full volume. Okay, I'll speak a little louder.
Yeah,
So
sure.
for me,
Sure.
having books around me always makes me feel very peaceful. And the second thing that I've realized is preparation for the day, although it's not something external. I feel that when I'm prepared for my work, when I'm prepared for my class or whatever, like I'm very peaceful because I don't have to then worry and I don't get hassled or overwhelmed with the whatever the day is throwing at me. So having tools ready for whatever my work needs is something which I feel helps me a lot in maintaining a peaceful state of mind throughout my work. Thank you.
Thank
Lovely.
you.
Thank you
It
so
was
much,
very
Meghna.
creative.
Yeah. Apurva, can you just tell me
Yes.
having books around us and what other things
And
make
having tools to prepare yourself for the
Prepare.
next day. For the
having tools?
Tools.
yeah, like
Yeah.
enough preparedness or just having what you need to kind of be prepared for your work day.
Okay, okay.
So anyone else wants to
Yes.
share something? You can even write it on chat if you're
Chat.
comfortable doing that. Devyani, would you like to share something?
Yes, Devyani. We cannot hear you in case.
Yeah, Devyani, you've unmuted yourself. Would you like to share something?
Ashwani has
Yeah, he's
shared something. Apurva, if you can just read
yes.
out.
Cleaning the house properly for a peaceful environment, and yeah, practicing solitude. So basically, cleaning the house in terms of external
Physics.
environment. Yeah.
So anyone else? I'm sure there are a lot of ideas. Devyani, you've unmuted yourself again. Would you like to share?
Yes.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can
now
hear
we can
you.
hear you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes, I'd like to make my space more peaceful by playing some soft music around me.
Soft music.
Yeah, that's it.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes,
Rachna?
Rachna.
Om Shanti, everyone.
Om Shanti.
I I think I would I would know I actually do that. I place my own photograph of some of one of the most happy moments of my life, of my own self smiling to glory, and just looking at the pic reminds me of the gifts of my life and what I'm capable of, and helps me to shift my mood that is pulling me towards peacelessness. Thank you.
That's a
Thank
lovely
you.
idea.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. That's a good idea for all of us to kind of do.
We can know you can.
Vijay Bhai says,
Vijay has written
Yeah.
always in remembrance of eternal form.
so just to remember that we are peaceful beings.
Yeah, just being in peace and living.
Thank you for that, Vijay Bhai. Anyone else
Anyone
wants to
else?
share something?
Sneha, Ben, Deepak Bhai, anyone would like to share?
So whoever's whoever wants to just share whether you're doing it or whether you want to do it, something that you feel, oh, I should make this change in my environment, that's absolutely fine too. So do you have any ideas as to what you can do to, make your environment more peaceful physically? So any ideas from anyone? We have Kajal Kiran Ben, Gitanjali Ben, Deepak Bhai, Dalika, Sneha, so many people. So any ideas?
Kajal Kiran has written decorating the house with items which increases peace.
So Kajal Kiran Ben, do you want to give us an example of what these items could be?
We are interested in knowing that.
So the thing is, if we share more with each other, we inspire and get inspired, right? And you never know what might really turn someone's life around. So I think I would really encourage everyone to share a little more if it's possible for you.
Hema Ben has written, I make my environment peaceful by cleaning around the space. So cleaning the workspace.
Lovely.
Vijay Bhai has written, keeping photo of light or meditation. Okay. Kajal Kiran has written, a silent environment of water flowing. That's lovely. NS, if you could, putting flowers is also one of the idea. And Deepak Bhai is written, placing a picture of Lakshmi Narayan. That's wonderful.
Lovely ideas. Yes, Dalika.
Yes.
So earlier, I was not really able to come up with any ideas of what change I can make in my space. But one of the ideas I just got is that we can always put up quotes that really resonate with us, because just rereading that might make us more peaceful or give us some hope about our situation.
True. That's lovely. See, this is how, I mean, Dalika couldn't think of any ideas, but listening to all your wonderful ideas, she kind of got inspired to think of something. So this is how sharing can really help people. So thank you everyone for sharing. I think NS also says spray of
perfume.
Even Gitanjali Ben says cleaning the room, fragrance and soft music. So now we're coming to different senses.
Yes.
So Apurva Ben, do you want to read Ashwini?
Yes. Also putting nice scented flowers. So we have a lot of fragrance.
So nice ideas coming out now.
Yes.
So anyone else can think of anything?
Or we can move to the next exercise if we are done.
Yeah. So Kajal Kiran also says
planting plants around the balcony. That's nice.
So just think, what else makes you more peaceful in your environment? Like for a lot of people, they said nature helps, right? So flowers, plants. Maybe we could have one or two more sharings before we move on. Anyone else has any more ideas?
I remember one idea which I had got during last time session was keeping an inspirational quote. So at that time I was in the process, but after the session I remember actually putting up inspirational poetry by Dr. Tagore. So it really helped me. So I'm sure this session will be a takeaway for all of you.
That's amazing. You actually did that.
Kosha, you too can share your idea. You're a creative person.
So once, in fact, we had done this exercise in a physical format, and I got this lovely idea of, so for me, going to the beach makes me peaceful, right? That's my happy place. And so I thought, okay, why not bring the beach to me? So it was a little extreme. I have not tried this idea out practically, but I thought, why not have like a sandbox, small one, where you can just dip your feet in the sand and just feel it, relax. And I work from home, so that's actually a perfect solution. But I actually, in my workplace, I put up some of my artworks. I'm an artist by profession, and some positive artworks that I might have created, I put those up. I put some blessings up. So whenever I'm feeling a little down or stressed, I just look up in front of me and I read some of the blessings that I put up there. And it just reminds me of, how lucky and blessed I am. So that's something I do. Meghna Ben also says peaceful life.
Peaceful lighting.
So thank you everyone for participating in this
Lighting, it says.
lighting.
Peaceful lighting.
Yes, light.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for participating in this lovely activity. Apurva Ben, do you just want to sum up before we move on?
Yes. So I think
We will also share it in the group.
Yeah, we shared on the WhatsApp group the slide. So I think a wonderful pool of ideas all of us have shared, right from keeping books to having wonderful fragrance, connecting with the nature in terms of gardening, having plants around, and even uplifting photographs, happy moments, capturing also picture of Lakshmi Narayan and overall environment in terms of light. So I think outer environment does have a great or significant impact on many of us. It helps us in remaining peaceful. So with this takeaway, we'll move on to the next activity. Kosha, sister, over to you.
Thank you so much. So everyone, just a quick announcement that I've put the link to the WhatsApp group on the chat over here. So basically that group is where after every session, we just put up points that we have shared, like all these wonderful ideas that you all came up with. We'll be sharing the slide over there so that you can, you can continue referring to that and see if you want to actually practically put any of those to use. And also we update you on upcoming workshops, and we place our last, in the end, we'll click a group photograph with all of us. So we'll be sharing all those things on the WhatsApp group. Only admins can post, so you will not be spammed. If that's something, if you want to stay part of the group, you can just click on the link and join our WhatsApp group. So thank you so much. And with that, I think we go on to a small meditation exercise, which is a peaceful anchor. So this is something that's going to help you kind of bring peace. Like, where do you go to in your mind space when you're feeling stressed? So we're going to try and figure that out for ourselves today. So I request you all to sit comfortably on your chair. Uncross your legs and allow your body to relax. Let your feet, rest on the floor and your hands rest on your lap. Sit in silence for a while. You may become aware of your thoughts. Just let them pass. Focus on your breathing and just observe your breath. Your breathing is likely to follow its own rhythm, its own pattern. And you may notice your breath calming down. Just observe the breath going in and coming out for 1 minute. Just observe your breath. Enjoy the peacefulness of observing your breath. Now, turn your thoughts to your mind and start to consider what the term peace means to you. See the word peace and then allow an image that has been very peaceful for you or which evokes peace for you to come to your mind. So when you think of the term peace, what image comes in front of you? Focus on that. And this image could be anything. It could be a scene in nature or a calming person or a place or an event that happened. It could be anything for you. So just think, when I think of the word peace, what image or person or anything, what comes in front of my mind's eye? You'll find that maybe more than one image can come to your mind, but choose one that carries the experience of calm and tranquility in it. So out of all those things, which image brings you a sense of peace and calm? Just focus on it until it becomes clear in your mind. You may prefer to focus on an image that carries a calming or peaceful sound with it. It could be a piece of music, something that you like, or it could be the wind blowing through the trees. It could be ocean waves or a running stream. Stay with your image or concept of peacefulness or calm. Observe your image and imagine that you are really there with it. And stay there. This image is your anchor, and your aim is to stay with this picture as long as you can. If thoughts about other situations, people, or events come into your mind, simply turn your attention back to the image. If thoughts are persistent or seem to intrude into your mind, gently but firmly guide your thinking back to the image again and again. If this becomes difficult to do, take your attention back to your breath and observe your breathing. when you are ready, go back to your image. Even persistent and intrusive thoughts will eventually go. So stay with your image for the next few moments. When you are ready, gently bring your attention back to the present moment, back to your surroundings. You can move your hands and feet a little bit or have a stretch if you want. Thank you, Apurva, for such beautiful music. Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone's back with me and didn't go to sleep. Is everyone back?
Yes, we are.
I would like to know what you thought of it. Did you enjoy the meditation? Could you figure out what your peaceful anchor is? Did it help you? So does anyone want to share maybe on audio or chat of how you felt the meditation session was and whether you found it helpful?
Yes, Gitanjali.
Thank you, Meghna, and I'm glad you could connect and visualize your peaceful image. So thank you, everyone. And with that, we'll move on to the next exercise, which is actually a fun one. So once again, Apurva Ben's going to take us through this. And this is something you can just grab your sketch pens for and your color pencils or anything that you have around you. Grab up, if you don't have fancy tools, you don't have sketch pens around you, even a normal pen and paper will do. And let's just get creative with this. So we already tried to visualize what a peaceful anchor would be, like something that if I get stressed, I just go remember that image again and I sit with it for a while with myself and I try to imagine that I'm really there with that image. Okay, so that was a tool that we learned to bring ourselves back to peacefulness if we ever need it. And now we are going to go through something called a peaceful image and let's get creative with it. So over to you, Apurva Ben. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Koshaben. So I hope you've taken your pencils, pens, or paints, and we'll move on to this exercise called a peaceful image. And now that we have gone inwards and had such a beautiful and powerful experience, what this activity entails is how would you visualize yourself in a peaceful state? It could be again different for different people. So for someone like me, it could just be sitting on a bench at a garden. For someone, it could be playing some melodious classical tune on a piano. So you can take few minutes, maybe around 10 minutes or so, and either you can write down or draw an image of how you envision yourself as being peaceful. You can get as creative as you want. And yeah, you need not be an artist or some expert. So please feel free and draw whatever comes to your mind when you see yourself in a peaceful stage. You can also write a poetry if you wish to. So yeah, in case you'll have any doubt regarding this activity, do let us know. I
Apurva Ben,
hope it
maybe
was
you can
clear.
play that music again because it was very beautiful.
Yes, I'll just do that.
Thank you so much.
So if everything is clear, then let's get back and come up with something creative. So I hope you all are done with your creative artworks. And yes, so would anyone like to begin with showing the artwork or even poetry, or if you've written anything?
You can just hold your paper up on your camera and show us.
And yes.
Reshmi, do you want to go first? I know you have something for sure.
Yeah.
One
second.
second.
We'll spot you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
Lovely.
Do you want to
Take a-
explain it a little bit, Reshmi Ben?
So actually, Kushaben and Apurvaben and to all of you. So for me, it's like Buddha, this picture. Buddha is sitting under the Bodhi tree in meditative pose. Is always like a very peaceful image, as Kosha's sister had taken us to the visualization. So in the visualization also this thing comes to me, and this gives me a lot of peace and a stream of peace, as if like, uh, just running through me. So there is a stream also, and the mountains also. So these all the features of natures together gives me a sense of the essence of peace. So that is what I just tried to put everything in a picture.
It's beautiful and you've drawn it so
Beautiful.
well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.
Yes, anyone else would like to share anything?
Anyone else wants to show? So we're not really judging art over here. It's more like
Yeah.
expressing what, what peace means to you.
And Kosha being an artist is too much appreciated. She appreciates everyone. So please don't.
Because I believe everyone is an
Yeah.
artist in their own way.
No matter how bad it is, but she will always appreciate it.
True.
There is no such thing as bad art. It's just art is a self-expression, right? That cannot be wrong, is what I believe. So everyone just has their own style.
Yes.
Dr. Ashok Mehta, would you like to share something with us?
Okay. I'm not an artist, but what I tried to draw was myself looking at a sunset. I don't know whether you appreciate this, but
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
Yes.
That's so sweet of her.
Lovely.
but I think
This-
looking images upside anyway.
It's perfect. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. And I could actually see the human figure and the
Yes.
sunset. So that's lovely.
Could you hold it again so we can take a picture also?
Yeah.
Yes.
Little behind, Doctor.
Little behind, little more.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's
Yeah.
really beautiful.
Yeah, it was very.
Lovely.
I wish I had the talent of being an artist like you.
No, but as a doctor, I'm sure you've drawn so much while studying. But it's amazing because I could actually figure out the sunset, and the whole emotion of that was totally coming through the drawings. It was really lovely.
True.
Thank you
Yes,
so much for sharing.
That's the power of appreciation of Kosha.
Absolutely.
I think
Dalika,
Ashwini is
yeah.
holding something up. So Ashwini, could you unmute yourself and I will just spotlight your video. 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So they've also done environment at home. Om Shanti. Ashwini,
ये पहले तो
जी
जैसे घर पे हम कैसे खुद को एनवायरनमेंट को कैसे पीसफुल एनवायरनमेंट कैसे बनाए, तो यहाँ पे ऐसे मैंने पहले बनाया था। तो ये सेकंड वाला जो है अभी मदर नेचर हेल्प्स टू मी, और प्रैक्टिसिंग साइलेंस, प्रकृति के सानिध्य में साइलेंस की जो प्रैक्टिस है बहुत अच्छे से हो सकती है, तो यहाँ प्रेजेंट करके दिखाया गया है।
थैंक यू, इट्स ब्यूटीफुल अश्विनी। बट थोड़ा पीछे से पकड़ेंगे तो हम एक फोटो ले सकते हैं। हाँ, थैंक यू।
Thank you. I loved how you bifurcated the one at home and with Mother Nature. It's very wonderful idea.
और बहुत अच्छा है कि आपने वो एनवायरनमेंट एट होम भी ड्रॉ किया, सो आपको विजुअली पता चले कि मैं कहाँ पे क्या रख सकता हूँ.
Yes.
सो बुक्स, म्यूजिक, फ्लावर्स, और आपने फ्लावर्स का बताया था, मुझे याद है. And mother nature, so for a lot of people nature is very peaceful, right? So itna beautiful drawing, I can see lotus, trees, mountains, lake. Thank you. Thank you so much.
But birds are missing.
Birds are missing. अच्छा, आप वो भी draw कर लीजिए. That's the only thing missing, but it's beautiful. Thank you so much. Dalika, do you want to share?
Yeah, so I just wanted to share, mine is still a work in progress, but since in one of the previous activities, I kind of had said I can put up something in my room or like at home, which is like kind of like a code or something. So I just started out by writing I am, and then a few like words like peace, worthy, intelligent, loving, and stuff like that. So I plan to draw over this with color pencils or something, so that I can still read what is written, and also there'll be a picture depiction as well.
That's lovely, and I think it's
lovely.
a wonderful idea. And actually, Dalika, I've done something very similar as well. So I'll show mine in the end. But yeah, I've done something very similar too. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, and
that.
I just want to tell everyone else also that, you know, if you tried this activity, and I mean, don't compare your thing with other people's, because you know you might be at step 1 and they are probably few steps ahead. But even if you started something, you even drew some lines on the paper, you can always take it ahead later on and make a drawing or share what you thought, and even if you've not completely made that. So for me, one of the scenes that's very peaceful is late at night or early in the morning, when literally the entire world is asleep. It's very peaceful, and also from my home, most of the times I can see the moon on top of the sea. So it reflects into the sea, and it looks very nice. So mostly one of the things I'll be drawing that also.
That is a beautiful image. I can't wait to see you draw that. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I think and a very wonderful thing that Dalika shared was we shouldn't compare ourselves with others. So yeah, lovely. Thank you for that, Dalika. Rachna, when I think Rachna wanted to show something.
Okay.
And Sneha has also unmuted herself. Sneha, do you want to like hold something up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have, Rachna, are you going ahead or?
No problems. Neha sister can continue.
Okay, so Sneha, you go first and then Rachna then.
I have not created any picture, but I've just written down my thoughts.
Okay, lovely. We would love to hear.
So when I'm peaceful, I'm able to do self-introspection and create beautiful and strong thoughts to change my way of looking at life. Connect with the moment, being in the moment, and listen to inner voice.
Lovely. That is so true though. And I think it's amazing that you've written that down. You know, if you could just share that on chat or something, we will put it up on the WhatsApp group later as well. So, you know, it's so inspiring and I think everyone can connect to it. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Rachna sister wanted to share.
Om Shanti.
Shanti.
My image of peace is when I, when I view myself and when I stabilize myself in my real reality, which is like the point. And in expressing that, I've written a few lines, and I'd like to say those few poetic sounding lines. And here I start.
Sure.
I, a serene, golden light, an innocent baby out of sight, seeing the vividness and the expansion of this world, a wondrous creation, the pomp and show and splendor, amid feelings so tender, the paraphernalia, the roller coaster ride with crazy upside down rides, yet I feel my peace only withdrawn in that golden point of light. Thank you.
Wonderful, Rachna sister. That was so beautiful.
So deep. And
Yeah,
in such a short period of time,
please.
you came up with such a lovely poem.
Yeah, so like Sneha, Ben, please, we request you also to put it on chat or share it with us directly on the WhatsApp group or one of us or anything, so we can put it up for everyone else to read as well. So thank you so much. Kajal Ben has actually shared it over WhatsApp with me, so I'll just open it and we can see her drawing. Just a second. So this, if you can see it, is her wonderful sunset, and that's what Kajal Ben has drawn. So thank you so much, Kajal Ben. So we'll be sharing whatever drawings we've taken pictures of as well. Does anyone else want to share something? Anyone left to share still? If you've drawn something and you want to show it to everyone. So I'll just show mine. Oh, Apurva, show.
No, it's very childish, but okay.
That's okay.
Okay. So, just a second. I don't know if it's visible, but I couldn't finish the entire one. So one is me on an early morning taking, I don't have a dog right now, but yeah, I really hope to have a pet dog so I can take him or her on a stroll and with the nature, of course, in the morning. And the second is me playing the piano. I really feel happy and at peace when I'm playing the keys early in the morning or at night. So
that's lovely. Thank you for sharing that. That was beautiful, and it's not childish at all. It's very cute.
It's very cute, Apurva. Very sweet.
Yes, I'll show you mine. And
yeah,
you can see
wow.
it. So
we'll just 1 minute.
I spotlight it. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it properly. So I just wrote some affirmations like Dalika did, which is starting with I am peace, I am power, I am love, I am bliss, I am blessed, I am pure, and I am a soul and I'm energy. So yeah, that's just what I quickly jotted down. Neelu Ben has raised her hand.
Your hand, yeah.
I'll just do this.
ओम शांति।
ओम शांति।
ओम शांति।
मैम बहुत अच्छा ड्राइंग किया है अभी आपने, बहुत अच्छा लगा देख के। और मैं जब भी पीसफुल अपने आप को अनुभव करती हूँ तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं बहुत ज्यादा एनर्जेटिक हो गई हूँ और इच्छा करती है कि अपन एक्स्ट्रा वर्क करें, किसी की हेल्प करें। इस तरह का फील होता है जब हम बहुत ज्यादा अपने आप को संतुष्ट महसूस करते हैं, शांत महसूस करते हैं, ब्लेस्ड महसूस करते हैं, तब उस समय इस तरह की फीलिंग आती है कि किसी की हेल्प की जाए, वर्क ज्यादा किया जाए,
हमें एनर्जी ज्यादा आती है,
बहुत ज्यादा फील होती है। हाँ, और चेहरे की मुस्कुराहट कम ही नहीं होती है, एकदम ऐसे खिले फूल की तरह खिले हुए रहते हैं।
जी,
थैंक यू मैम।
Thank you so much for sharing that. It's so true because अभी भी मैं देख रही हूँ तो everyone has a smile on their face and everyone's sharing such beautiful things in chat. So yes, absolutely. Thank you, Neelu.
Yes, Meghna.
I think Meghna raised her hand. Meghna, you would like to share something?
My drawing is actually pretty horrible, but I'll just explain. I know it's whatever. So we have a small farm somewhere close to Bombay, and there is this place right at the center where there's a big tree which is very old, which was there before we bought the farm, and we put small hanging fairy lights on top, and there's a place to sit below that where I don't know, I actually started meditation just 4 or 5 months ago. And whenever, it's so weird, whenever I sit and think of Baba, that is the image that always somehow comes to my mind. And right now, when Kosha was doing the activity as well, that's the image of, the activity of peace. That's the image that comes to my mind. And obviously, because I'm like very, very passionate about reading, all my peaceful images will always have a book. And just sitting under this tree somehow is my image of just so much peace. Even if there, I mean, and obviously if there are people you love around you, it's great. But even if, I mean, and I am a person who needs people around me, but somehow in that place, even if I don't have people around me, I'm at peace and I feel very, very happy. Sorry for the drawing, but I hope you all
No, it's
understand.
lovely. It's
Oh, and
beautiful.
it's
And we
not
can see the light.
horrible.
Yeah, we can see the
And
light.
more than the way you explained it, Meghna, I actually can
Yes.
visualize it.
Yeah, I've told, I mean, one day the BK family, we should go. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing that,
you.
Meghna Ben, and it's wonderful to know that that's your peaceful anchor. So yeah, thank you for
Excuse me, ma'am.
sharing.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, yes,
Sure,
Meghna.
sure. Yes.
मैम ये फीलिंग ऐसी है कि जैसे बोलते हैं ना गूंगे के मुंह में गुड़ देना, कि हम उसको
जी।
वर्ड्स नहीं दे पा रहे, इतनी मतलब फील कर सकते हैं लेकिन
जी।
बताना थोड़ा मुश्किल है. उस तरह की फीलिंग आती है when we are peaceful and blessed and happy.
Yeah, true, so true. Thank you for sharing that. So, anyone else left?
Yeah.
Before we move on, anyone कुछ show करना है, कुछ बोलना है about the activity,
Or you
about
have
your
written
peaceful
anything.
image? Okay, so I think that
No.
yeah, we are good. So we have one last activity. उसके बाद we will have a session review और फिर हम group photo लेंगे. So please,
Be
stay
there.
till the group photo, which we'll take
Yes.
at the end. So Reshmi Ben, I request you to take us through the next activity. Thank you, everyone.
Should I share, Kosha?
Yes, yes, please do.
Sure. So I think we all have heard a lot so far. We have listened to each other's feeling, thought, ideas, opinions, poetry. We have experienced together a lot of peace, fun, I would say also. As Dr. Mehta correctly said, realize the power of appreciation, not only when I'm showing my artwork, but when I'm seeing others and getting that, new ideas. It is opening a new avenue for me as well. So that is amazing. And also, I think we have visualized what actually brings peace to me. With all this, now we can reflect back that how am I going to apply these all experience, accumulating all the experience together in my work. So I will just go take you through one by one with each of the question very slowly. So you just reflect on each of the question, and that will, I believe, further give you better clarity to understand peace and to get really the hold onto the anchor of peace. So the first question, if you all are good and with me, what
Sorry,
is your
Reshmi Ben, can
yeah.
you please put it on full screen so that it just comes one by
Yeah,
one?
sure. Okay, sure, absolutely. Just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Actually, it was moving a little slow. Yeah. So the first question is, what is your view of being peaceful at work now? Because we have heard a lot, we have taken the sharing of each other, we got new ideas, we have visualized the thing, the image, what brings peace to me. So just take few moments and reflect on this, that what is in your view. How you peaceful at work now after this session. Taking you to the next question. What will you do differently to allow yourself to be more at peace? I repeat, what will you do differently to allow yourself to be more at peace? अपने आप को और ज्यादा शांति में पाने के लिए इस सेशन से आपने जो भी लिया, अभी आप अलग तरीके से वो क्या करेंगे जिससे आप और ज्यादा शांत फील करें? Moving to the next question. What will you do differently to allow others to be more peaceful? What will you do differently to allow others to be more peaceful? पहला क्वेश्चन था, अपने आप को और ज्यादा शांत अवस्था में पाने के लिए हम अलग तरीके से क्या करेंगे? अभी दूसरों को भी पीसफुल बनाने के लिए, ज्यादा पीसफुल बनाने के लिए इस सेशन के बाद हम अलग तरीके से वो कौन सी चीज करेंगे? Next question. In what ways do you think your workplace will benefit from what you will do differently? I repeat, in what ways do you think your workplace will benefit from what you will do differently? आप जहाँ पे काम करते हैं, आपके कर्म क्षेत्र पे, आपको क्या लगता है कि कौन सी अलग चीज ऐसा करने से ज्यादा आपको और आपके वर्कप्लेस को लाभ मिलेगा? क्योंकि अभी तो आई बिलीव दैट मेनी पीपल हैव स्टार्टेड गोइंग टू ऑफिस, बहुत सारे लोग ऑफिस जाने भी लगे हैं, तो नाउ मोस्ट ऑफ अस आर नॉट वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम। तो ऐसा कौन सी चीज वहां पे अलग तरीके से करने से आपके वर्कप्लेस को बेनिफिट मिलेगा, आपको लगता है? All the questions are interlinked, maybe you are thinking, but all are important, I believe. Next is, did you meet others who shared the same ideas as you? What were these ideas? Did you meet others? क्या आप किसी से मिले who shared the same ideas with you? जिन्होंने सेम आइडिया शेयर किया है? जब हम शेयरिंग का सेशन ले रहे थे, when we were taking the sharing session, we have seen that many people have similar ideas, And what were these ideas? आपको क्या लगता है वो ideas क्या क्या है? Next is, were there other ideas you heard and liked? I liked it very much. क्या दूसरे ने जो शेयर किया उसको आपने सुना और आपको पसंद आया? Were there other ideas you heard and liked? And the last but not the least, how could you sustain yourself and colleagues in being more peaceful at work? How could you sustain yourself and colleagues in being more peaceful at work? अपने आप को और आपके कलीग्स को आपको कौन से सस्टेनेंस देंगे जिससे आप अपने कर्म क्षेत्र में और भी ज्यादा पीसफुल महसूस करें इस सेशन के बाद? वो तो आप कर ही रहे थे. So it is kind of a takeaway, ना? You can take a screenshot or you just can take a picture with your camera of this slide later on if you want to also. And anyways, Kosha, we are going to share this on WhatsApp group, no?
Yeah, but usually we don't share these slides. We just
These
share
slides
the
we
slides
generate.
that they,
Yeah.
so all the participants का sharings like that outer reflects inner. जो रेशमी बहन ने notes लिए हैं, that we will be putting up on WhatsApp. We've taken pictures of everyone's beautiful creativity, so we'll be putting that up on the WhatsApp group as well, and the group photo that we will take now. तो आप अगर WhatsApp group join करेंगे तो हम एक आध घंटे में we will just put all those things up, so you'll be able to refer to them and see them again. So I hope everyone's done with this exercise and, you know, writing down your action plan कि after this workshop when you go back आप कैसे किस तरह से अपने life में apply करोगे ये learnings and insight. If anyone wants to share anything, अगर किसी को, you know, if you want to unmute yourself, you want to share a little bit, not every answer, but if one or two points you want to talk about and share about how you plan to, you know, apply it in your life, we would love to listen to you. Oh yes,
Om
Vijay
Shanti
bhai.
Didi ji.
Om Shanti.
Shanti Vijay bhai.
Om Shanti. Whether we are in workplace, whether we are in home, I think we should always have a Shubh Chintan. Because शुभ चिंतन से ही हम शुभ चिंतक बन सकते हैं. शुभ चिंतन क्या है? All good, strong, powerful thoughts like I am a peaceful soul, I am a happy soul, I am a master Shaktivan, सबका कल्याण हो, I am a world benefactor. This is शुभ चिंतन. And with this, you will automatically send a vibrations of love, peace, and happiness, and best wishes to all. So when you become Shubh Chintan with a continuous practice, you do Shubh Chintak, give best wishes to all, then you find that the same type of vibration starts coming from others also. The environment becomes peaceful. You start getting the company of those who feel peaceful like you, and you feel so happy that how the God is helping all of us to make the environment peaceful, happy, and everybody gets a blissful feelings. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you,
Thank you
Vijay
so
bhai.
much,
Thank
Vijay
you.
bhai.
And what you said, I think Kosha sister had created that artwork. So it is more like easier for us what he said, that when I am peaceful and at peace with myself and elevated, so the vibration which I will send to the world, the other people will also get the same from me. That is what the brother said. So thanks to Kosha and thanks to Vijay brother.
Anyone else wants to share how they are going to apply? What is your action plan? Maybe one or two sentences if you want to share anything. Neelu, where?
Yes, sir. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
मैं कहना चाहती थी कि जैसे सभी को ना एक चीज बहुत पसंद होती है कि उनको अपने नाम से बुलाया जाए, उनको वो बहुत प्यारा होता है, बहुत अच्छा लगता है, प्राउड फील होता है कि मुझे जानते हैं ये, है ना, या मुझे याद, अभी तक इनको याद है कि मेरा नाम ये है। तो हमें यही करना चाहिए कि किसी से भी हम बात करते हैं तो बार बार उसका नाम लेना चाहिए, उससे वो सामने वाला खुश होगा तो हमारे प्रति अच्छे काम करेगा या अच्छी वाइब्रेशन देगा। और हमें अप्रिशिएट करना चाहिए, चाहे कितना भी छोटा काम करा हो उसने या बड़ा काम किया हो। तो एप्रिशिएशन भी बहुत मायने रखता है वर्क प्लेस के ऊपर, क्योंकि हम काम करके चले जाते हैं लेकिन जो पीछे है ना, वो हमारी वाइब्रेशन से उसको और एप्रिशिएट करता है कि वो और काम करे, फेथफुली काम करे, अच्छा काम करे, है ना। तो इसके लिए जरूरी है कि हम उनको अप्रिशिएट करें। तो मैं बस यही शेयर करना चाहती हूँ।
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
And I think as Dr. Mehta said also, the power of appreciation, it is a very important and strong tool to really make the whole environment peaceful. जितना हम दूसरों को appreciate करेंगे, जैसे डॉक्टर मेहता ने भी बताया ना और आपने भी बताया, तो पूरे environment का जो वातावरण है तो वो बहुत ऊंचा और श्रेष्ठ रहेगा। Thank you, Neelu Ben, for sharing.
Thank you. BK Angel has unmuted themselves. Would you like to share?
जी, ओम शांति।
Shanti.
थैंक यू सो मच कि आपने बहुत सुंदर इतना सुंदर विहासा का प्रोग्राम किया। और सॉरी मैं थोड़ा लेट ज्वाइन कर पाई। सो जितना भी मैंने सेशन ज्वाइन किया, आई फील वेरी पीसफुल। और जब मैं रिलेट करती हूँ अपने को पीस से, तो आई ऑलवेज ट्राई टू बी सोल कॉन्शियस। कोई भी हम कार्य करते हैं सुबह से लेकर शाम तक, कभी कभी रोल कॉन्शियस हो जाते हैं कि इसके बाद ये, इसके बाद ये, इसके बाद ये, तो एंजॉय नहीं कर पाते हैं उस चीज को। तो जैसे यहाँ पर सेंटर पे भी हैं या घर पे भी हैं या ऑफिस में भी हैं, तो हम अगर सोल कॉन्शियस होकर के अपने सेल्फ पर टिक करके हर कार्य को करेंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो एनर्जी फ्लो होती रहेगी। तो और एज ए जैसे रिवर होता है, उसको पता है कि मेरी मंजिल सागर है, तो हमें भी पता है एज ए सोल हमारी मंजिल जो है वो सुप्रीम सोल है, उनके जैसा बनना है। और हमारी जो वर्ल्ड है, सोल वर्ल्ड, भी बहुत पीसफुल है। तो हम जो हैं, हम किसके हैं, हम जहाँ से आए हैं उसकी याद रहती है। तो मैंने ये अनुभव किया है कि ऑटोमेटिकली पीस फ्लो होती है सारे विश्व में। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing that.
You shared your point of view like an angel only.
ओह थैंक यू सो मच।
कौन से सेंटर में है बहन?
हाँ जी, सुख शांति भवन भोपाल सर। माई सेल्फ डॉक्टर प्रियंका जी। तो हम लोग का बहुत बड़ा ग्रुप है डॉक्टर्स का। सो यहाँ सुख शांति भवन भोपाल, नीतू दीदी के यहाँ से जी।
आप रियली एंजेलिक लगती हैं। आपके चेहरे पर जो बाबा कहता है कि चेहरा सब बता देता है।
जी, मुझे भी सर आपसे बहुत प्रेरणा मिलती है और हम कोशिश करते हैं कि आप जैसे जो है सेवाधारी बन करके और लोगों को सेवा प्रति दे सकें लाभ। थैंक यू सो मच।
ओम शांति।
ओम शांति।
So anyone else wants to share? So we've come to the end of today's session. And before we go into the session review, so I think we'll finish the session review, and then if anyone has feedback, आपको आज के session के बारे में कुछ share करना है, so we would love to listen. So Reshmi Ben, can you take us through today's session review? Just a quick recap कि हमने सुबह से क्या किया है. So over to you, Reshmi Ben.
जी Kush. So can you just go to the next slide, Kush, or I can share also.
It's okay, I'll share. That's fine. Okay, you share. That's better.
I'll tell you.
Thank you.
So coming to the session review. after the icebreaker session, our first session was outer reflects inner. So I believe that it was an eye-opening session where we have been discussed regarding the change we look for is actually an inner reflection, which shows that what you actually value for your own peace. Then moving to the next session, a peaceful anchor. It took us one step ahead of peace. It gave us better clarity and what evokes peace to me, because it was a visualization session where we actually had been able to visualize what is that image that evokes peace to me, dwell into that image, what brings peace to my mind. And with the visualization, I believe it was a practical experience of peace. And to the next session, I think people have enjoyed the most to this session, a peaceful image. And thanks to each and everyone for your active participation and sharing represented your beautiful, beautiful artwork. Two things I have just back from here. One is, as I also already repeating again, already have conveyed, as Dr. Mehta says, that power of appreciation, which we had learned from this, from this session, apart from sharing and understanding each other's feeling, and what Dalika's sister also said correctly, that is for our own self. Whatever we are making, we are just trying to get more clarity. We are exploring more to understand what peace stands for me. We should not compare with each other. And as she said, to have the experience of peace. So each one's artwork was unparalleled and unique, and value your ability to be peaceful at work, as we have seen. Totally, if we would summarize this 1, 2, 3 session, what are my takeaway points from this session? And if you would like to take a screenshot, or if you just can take a picture in your phone, you can take. I have come to this slide so that later on you can reflect back, and it will help you to revisit, revise the session once again, and help you to apply it in your work, in your practical life.
Or we can share this slide, Reshmi.
We can share the slide. Yes, Kosha, it would be very helpful. Thank you so much. So that's all, and Om Shanti, and thank you to everyone for your participation. And I totally enjoyed the program. I learned a lot. Thank you very much. Over to you, Kosha.
Thank you. And Reshmi, if you'll go to the next slide, just a quick reminder that our next session is on 12th December. So that's the second Sunday of the month. So 12th December, we will do the module of positivity. So we'll do part 1 of positivity. So if you feel like you have somebody you know who can attend it, who will benefit from these sessions, you can always pass on the information to them as well. So thank you, everyone. So Reshmi, you can stop sharing. Maybe just one last slide. If you have any information, you can write to this email ID, bk.omshanti.light@gmail.com, so that we will get your questions. And if you have any questions about this VIHASA workshop, we can write back to you. So yeah, thank you so much, Reshmi for sharing your screen. Also, you can stop sharing, and we'll open the floor to all of you. If anyone has any feedback, inputs, you want to share how you felt about the session, even suggestions to improve the session, most welcome. So over to every one of you, whoever wants to share something, please feel free to unmute yourselves and share. Does anyone want to share anything?
No, I just only want to say Rashmi Ben was very good. Kosha Ben, of course, was excellent. And small introduction of Rashmi Ben would be very nice.
Okay, so Reshmi you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi. I am Reshmi. I'm into IT. I'm an IT professional, and I have been working with Usha since August 2020, VIHASA. I am still into the learning phase, learning from all of you. With Brahma Kumaris
yeah.
since the last 10 years.
You're developer, am I right?
She's from Daisar Center, Dr. Ashok Mehta, and she's joined us in VIHASA since lockdown.
Okay.
So she started with online VIHASA Seva.
Well, I think on the COVID has done a lot of good to VIHASA.
Yes, absolutely.
Positive side of COVID.
Yeah, so many more people can benefit. Like you said, we don't need to physically be present anymore. So more people can be benefited.
The way you are doing, I think we can take to a lot of medical colleges very easily. We can, this would help them a lot.
Yeah, we'll try and do.
Especially the medical students, they work under a lot of stress.
Sure.
And young doctors.
We'll surely do something about that. We'll try and reach them. Thank you so much. Anyone else wants to talk about how they felt during today's session? What did you feel? Anything before we just take a group picture and call it a day?
Yes, Om Shanti, Kusha
Om
Didi ji.
Shanti.
A wonderful session, and special thanks to Dr. Ashok Mehta ji. We know he is a great soul, powerful soul, peaceful soul, but he is an artistic soul also. His drawing was very, very good. Also, all the angels who spoke today are real angels, because they are giving a vibrations of peace. And as we say, face is the index of mind. All people are going through a peaceful sessions. Thank you, VIHASA. Thank you, each one of you, doing a wonderful job. Baba bless you all.
Thank you so much, Vijay Bhai. So I request everyone to start their videos just for a quick
Kusha,
group
Neeluben wants to say something.
Okay, Neeluben, do you want to share something?
Yes, ma'am. Om Shanti. और रियली आज का सेशन बहुत अमेजिंग था और ऐसा लगा कि हमने क्वालिटी टाइम स्पेंड किया है. बहुत अच्छा लगा. मतलब तन और मन से दोनों से प्रफुल्लित हो गए और इतना माइंड ओपन हो गया है कि हम दूसरों के बारे में ज्यादा सोचेंगे आज के बाद.
That's so lovely. Thank you. आपने भी
attend
करके you gave such valuable inputs and insights. So thank you for inspiring all of us. All.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neeluben.
Let's take a group photo. So I request everyone to just start their videos for a moment so we can take a group photo. So ready, everyone? I'm still waiting for Gitanjali, Apurva. Okay, Apurva, you're twice. So Dr. Kulkarni and Swati Ben, agar aap video kholna chahenge, so we can just take a group photo. Okay, so Kajal Kiran, yeah. Ready, everyone? Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, lovely. Thank you so much, everyone. I got a good picture and I'll be sharing this with all of you on the WhatsApp group. So aaj ka jo bhi sharing
Thanks, sister, for this wonderful session.
Thank you. I'm so happy y'all all attended.
I attended it for the first time, but it was really very amazing to know more about peace and more about inner peace and outer peace.
Yeah. So I think Kajal Kiran, like we would look forward to you attending in December as well. And if you feel like you know anyone, BK, non-BK, whoever wants to come and attend these sessions, they're most welcome.
Surely, sister, surely.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for your lovely comments as well. We are really privileged to have met you today and interacted with you. So thank you everyone. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday. Om Shanti.
Shanti. Thank you everyone.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.